Today is very auspicious day, Utpanna ekadashi. This is the first ekadashi in Lila, because one time demigods and demons, they were fighting and demigods were losing. Then they took shelter of Krishna to help them. Then they also told there is one heavy powerful demon, Mura, he took away all our functions. Then Krishna came and fought with him very fiercely, and he knocked him down, and then he went to one cave to take rest. In the meantime, that Mura demon stood up again and went after Krishna into that cave, and suddenly Krishna was sleeping there and that demon entered. Then one female divine form was there, and she fought with that demon Mura and she killed him. Then when Krishna woke up, he saw the demon dead and also this lady, divine female form. And Krishna, knowing everything, he asked, "Who are you?" She said, "I am your internal potency. I fought the demon and I killed him." Before, Krishna was playing the pastime of not being able to kill him. Now his internal potency killed. Then Krishna was very satisfied with her, and he said, "Since you appeared on 11th lunar day, your name will be Ekadashi." Ekadashi is female name. So you will be named Ekadashi Devi, and whoever will observe fast on your day, his all sins will be destroyed. That is in Karma Kant given. But devotees, they are observing Ekadashi as one limb of devotional service to Krishna. There are 64 in one list by Rupa Goswami, and among them, first 10 are prominent. Among those 10, one is to follow Ekadashi. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also requested his mother to follow Ekadashi, and he was also following Ekadashi together with his devotees. In Srila Thakur's courtyard, they were doing kirtan from early morning, then whole day and whole night, congregational chanting without eating, sleeping, and drinking. And they were very sorry when the dawn came that kirtan will have to stop, because they were tasting the transcendental bliss at every moment, new, fresh taste, full bliss. So Mahaprabhu also requested everyone to follow Ekadashi. Also in Puri, when they brought Jagannath Prasad, generally those who are in Puri, Pandas and those, they are not following Ekadashi. They eat Ekadashi, the Jagannath Prasad, even on Ekadashi. So they brought Prasadam to Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu said, "Today is Ekadashi, so we are not to eat any grains, but also we should not disrespect Prasad." So he bowed down to Prasad and he said, "Tomorrow we will take. Today we will fast because it is Ekadashi." And he ordered Sanatana Goswami to write about the Vaishnava practices and behavior while living in this world. And Sanatana Goswami wrote on his order, Hari Bhakti Vilas. There it is elaborately described about Ekadashi and when it becomes impure. What is the situation when it becomes impure? Then you have to follow Mahadvadashi next day, fasting, and all rules. So there he wrote, one has to give up all sinful activities and all enjoyments, and with all good qualities. We heard from Bhagavatam, this means pure devotion. one should do upavas. Upavas means one meaning is fasting from grains and beans. And in different yugas, they could follow in different way because of capacity in general. Like Ambarish Maharaj, he ate only once on Dashami, 10th day. On Ekadashi, no eating, no sleeping, no drinking. Then on Dwadashi, also only one time eating. That is proper observance. But then gradually, we became more and more degraded. So in Kali Yuga, life came into food. So it is allowed to take on Ekadashi. If someone can do full fast, that is very good. But if someone cannot, and he will always think about food and become mentally disturbed and so many things, then better he should take those items which are allowed, but do more Shravan Kirtan and other services on Ekadashi. These services should not be hampered, obstructed, or reduced because of thinking too much about fasting, food, all these things. So one can take milk, water, roots, that which grows underground, potato, ground nut, other nuts, then fruits, butter, milk, ghee, sugar, these all are allowed, but no grains, no beans, that is strict. And this is one meaning of upavas. Another meaning is we have to remain near Krishna, upavas. How is that possible? Only through service. When someone is inclined to serve, then Krishna will make his body transcendental and he can serve. Otherwise it is impossible. Only through Sharanagati is possible. And also Krishna appeared as his name in this age. So one who will chant his name, he will be near Krishna. That was shown by Mahaprabhu. So in this way we have to follow Ekadashi for Krishna satisfaction as one limb of devotional service, not for any other purposes, only to satisfy Krishna. But automatically, if someone serves Krishna, automatically he also gets all other fruits as a side effect. Like Haridas Thakur said, all sins will be destroyed, one will be liberated. But main is one will get love for Krishna. That is the main purpose. And also today is Narahari Sarkar Thakur Disappearance Day. Our Gurudev wrote a biography. And Srila Bhakti Pramod Puri Gosai Maharaj, he proofread Srila Narahari Sarkar Thakur Pura Madhumati Pranasaki Brindabanestita Adhuna Narahari Akya Sarakara Prabhu Priya. Narahari Sarkar, the Lord's dear associate, was previously Radha's intimate girlfriend named Madhumati. This is from Gaur Ganodesh Deepika. Srila Narahari Sarkar Thakur is counted as one of Chaitanya's branches on the desire tree of pure devotional service. By Mahaprabhu's desire, he took birth in a physician, that is Vaidya, that is Ayurvedic doctor family, blessing his family when he did so, because in whichever family a pure devotee appears, that family is blessed. He was foremost among the Lord's associates of the village of Srikanda. Narahari's home is about 1 mile from the Srikanda railway station near Katwa in the Burdwan district. Some of the other prominent residents of Srikanda who were devotees of Lord Chaitanya were Sri Mukunda, Sri Raghunandan, Sri Chiranjeev, Sri Sulochan, Sri Damodar Kaviraj, Sri Ramachandra Kaviraj, Sri Govinda Kaviraj, Sri Balaram Das, Sri Rotikanta, Sri Ram Gopal Das, Sri Pitambar Das, Sri Sachinandan, and Sri Jagadananda. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami mentions many of these names as Chaitanya's branches that generously distributed the fruits of love of God, because they had fruit of love of God. But if I am not having fruit of love of God, then how I can distribute? I don't have. First I have to get. I have to have love. Then I can distribute, preach. The scholar Bharat Malik has written the following Sanskrit verses about Narahari's appearance in a Vaidya family in his book Chandra Prabha. Shri Kandanam Nagari Rare Bangeshu Vishruta Sarvesham Eva Vidyanam Ashraya Jatra Vidyate Jatra Goshti Bhuta Vaidya Khando Bhut Bishak Priya Visheshata Kulinanam Sarvesham Eva Vasabhu. In Bengal, in the area known as Rara or Burdwan or Birbhum, there is a famous town known as Srikanda that gave shelter to all the physician clans. Since Vaidyas gathered there, it became a favorite residence for them, especially those who were of the noblest birth. In the Gauriya Vaishnava Abhidhan, this is encyclopedia, it is stated that Narahari Sarkar Thakur appeared in either 1480 or 81, our counting. His father's name was Sri Narayan Das, his mother's Sri Goi. Goi was the daughter of Murari Sen. Narayan Das had 3 sons, Mukunda, Madhava and Narahari. Raghunandan Thakur, whose darshan would drive away all the material afflictions, was Mukunda's son, Bhaktiratnakar. You remember, Mukunda was also physician and he had that Gopinath Diti, and one day he had to go out, then he ordered Raghunandan to offer. Raghunandan offered and Gopinath directly ate. So this Mukunda is brother of Narahari. They are from Srikanda. The author of Sri Chaitanya Mangal, Lochan Das, who came from a remote village near Jamatpur, was Narahari's disciple. For this reason, Lochan Das writes that Sri Gadadhar Das and Narahari Sarkar Thakur were Mahaprabhu's dearest associates. On the other hand, in Chaitanya Bhagavat, Vrindavan Das Thakur has not spoken at any length about the devotees of Sri Kanda. Sri Lochan Das Thakur has written the following about his guru in Chaitanya Mangal. Narahari Das Thakur is my worshipable master. He descended from an esteemed line of physicians. His body was permitted by love for Krishna, and he taught his disciples nothing other than Krishna Prema. He was previously known as Madhumati, one of Radha's dearest Sakis in Vrindavan, a storehouse of sweetness. Now, in the age of Kali, along with Gauranga, he has become the keeper of the storehouse of love for Radha and Krishna. After the death of his father, Narayan Das, Narahari's older brother Mukunda arranged for him to study in Navadip. It is said that, in fact, Mukunda also worked as a physician to the Badshah in order to meet his family expenses. Pacha, his ruler. Narahari quickly became very learned, as well as a connoisseur of the flavors of devotional sentiment. Even before becoming Mahaprabhu's associate, he composed songs glorifying Radha and Govinda's pastimes. When Srila Gadadhar Pandit Goswami was constantly by the Lord's side, engaged in his service, Narahari had the good fortune to enter into his association. Narahari Sarkar Thakur's personal service was to fan the Lord with the yak-tail whisk, that is chamara. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Mahaprabhu's personal associate, confirmed this in his Gaur Arati. Narahari Adi Kori Chamara Dhulai Sanjaya Mukunda Basu Ghosh Adi Gai. We are daily singing in Gaur Arati this line. So this Narahari is Disappearance today. Narahari and the other residents of Shrikanda fanned with the chamara, while Sanjaya, Mukunda and Vasu Ghosh sang. Narahari wrote several books including Bhakti Chandrika Patala, Shri Krishna Bhajanamrita, Shri Chaitanya Sahasranam, Shri Satchinandana Ashtaka, Shri Radha Ashtaka, etc. All of these are well known and thought of highly by the devotees. The Shri Krishna Bhajanamrita was published by Bhaktivinoda Thakur, and he gave some commentary also. There it is 2 chapters or 3 chapters are about Guru Tattva. That gurus can also be on different levels and how to behave appropriately in such a situation. The following story is told about Narahari. If there will be time, maybe I can read that. The following story is told about Narahari. Once when Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu came to his house in Srikanda, they suddenly expressed a desire for honey. Narahari demonstrated his miraculous powers by transforming the water in a pond near his house into honey. Ever since he quenched the Lord's desire for honey with water from this pond, it has been known as Madhu Pushkarini. That pond was made, filled up with honey. And he fed that Mahaprabhu and Nityananda. Narahari Sarkar Thakur, our Gurudev would say, when some Westerners, they will hear this, they will say, it is only mythology, it is fictitious, it is impossible. But it is not so. It is possible by Krishna and his personal associate, everything is possible. Narahari Sarkar Thakur also participated in the Lord's activities in Puri. He and the other residents of Srikanda were amongst those who went every year with Shivananda Sen from Chaitanya Charitamrita. When Mahaprabhu returned to Puri after his pilgrimage to South India, where he had saved so many people by giving them love for Krishna, Nityananda Prabhu sent Kala Krishna Das back to Bengal to tell everyone that Mahaprabhu was back. The Bengali devotees immediately made arrangements to go to Jagannath Puri to see the Lord. The residents of Srikanda, or the Kandavasis, were counted amongst them. Mukunda, Narahari and Raghunandan from Srikanda arrived at Advaita Acharya's house to go to Nilachal, Chaitanya Charitamrita. After the Snan Yatra, Lord Jagannath would not be available for darshan. Out of separation from the Lord, Mahaprabhu would go to Alalnath and return to Puri when he heard that the devotees from Bengal were arriving there. When Sarvam Bhattacharya asked Gopinath Acharya to identify the Lord's devotees, he mentioned the names of Narahari, Mukunda Das, Raghunandan, Chiranjeev, Sulochan and other Kandavasis as most dear to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chiranjeev means long living. Chiranjeev means one who has long life. So this is also one name in Bengal, Chiranjeev. Long living, long life. This is from Chaitanya Charitamrita. During the Ratha Yatra festival, the Lord formed 7 Kirtan groups with the devotees from Bengal. One of these was composed uniquely of the devotees from Shrikanda. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami writes that Narahari, Sarkar, Thakur and Raghunandan were the dancers for this group. Different groups. So once in 2000 in Chandigarh, there was Kartik Vrata. So Nishkinchan Maharaj, in one Nagar Sankirtan, he told me to sing and other Western devotees to follow, like as a group of foreign devotees. He made in the following this system. Here they were all from Srikanda, they all were from outside India. When the Lord gave Mukunda, Raghunandan and Narahari directions for service, he told Narahari to remain in the association of devotees. Chaitanya Charitamrita. This was his service. He gave different services to devotees when they were departing, so he ordered Narahari to remain in association of devotees. Many people confuse Narahari Sarkar Thakur with the author of Bhakti Ratnakar, Narahari Chakravarti. The latter, who is also known as Ghanashyam Das, was born in the district of Murshidabad. His father's name was Jagannath Chakravarti and was a disciple of Vishwanath Chakravarti. On Govindaji's order, he was engaged as a cook for the Govinda temple and was known as the cooking pujari, Rasuya pujari in Braja. Then one song is here given by Gurudev. The following is one of the many delectable songs composed by Narahari Sarkar Thakur. Aol Gaura Punahi Nodiapur Hoyata Manahi Ulas Oiche Ananda Kanda Kiye Herabo Korobohi Kirtan Bilas Hori Hori Kobo Ham Herabo Somuka Chand Biraha Payodi Kobohu Din Pan Rob Tutabo Hridayaka Bant Kundan Kanaka Panti Keba Herabo Jagya Ki Sutra Biraja Bahu Jugala Tuli Hori Hori Bolabo Natana Bhakata Gon Majo Eto Kohi Nayana Mudi Bahu Sobjon Gaur Prema Bhela Bhor Narahari Das Asha Kobo Purabo Herabo Gaura Kishore. If Gaura came back to Nadia town, my mind would be filled with joy. Then I would see him, the source of all joy, performing his kirtan pastimes. This is in Separation song, when Mahaprabhu left to Puri. So they in Bengal, they were feeling the separation grief. Hori Hori, when will I again gaze upon that moon-like face? When will that day come when the dam holding the ocean of separation in my heart breaks? When will I see the golden form of the Lord wrapped in his Yagya Sutra? Yagya Sutra means Brahmin thread. Lifting my arms in the air, I will shout Hari Hari and dance in the midst of the devotees. Saying such things, many of Gaura's devotees close their eyes and merge into love for him. When will Narahari's desires be fulfilled? When will he gaze again upon the form of the young Gaura Kishore? Narahari disappeared in around 1540, our counting, in the month of Agrahayan on the Krishna Ekadashi day. Srinivas Acharya officiated as his funeral ceremony. The Samadhi. Nityananda Prabhu's son, Virabhadra Goswami, and many other important Vaishnavas were in Sri Khanda to celebrate Narahari's disappearance feast, which is described in Bhakti Ratnakara. Some people said, brothers, do not leave right away. An ocean of prema will flood over in Sri Khanda in a few days. On the 11th day of the waning moon of Agrahayana, when Narahari Thakur disappeared, a great festival will be held here. See this festival that is going to start in the next 3 or 4 days to the full satisfaction of your eyes. So they already knew before that he will disappear. So they said to others, you wait, there will be this festival of his disappearance, you wait. So today is Srila Narahari Sarkar Thakur's disappearance day. I am bowing down to his lotus feet and praying for his causeless mercy. I will try to find now that he wrote, 1 second, because he got one dream in which Mahaprabhu appeared to him and told him, yes, your Siddhanta is right, so you have to write this book. This is how he decided to yes. Shri Krishna Bhajanamritam and Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur wrote Aswada Vistarini commentary. Let me see how it is. First, Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying, I will not read the Sanskrit. I offer obeisance unto Sri Narahari Sarkar Thakur, who is like a bee at the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya. Then the book itself starts Shri Krishna Bhajanamritam by Narahari Sarkar Thakur. He writes, I offer respects unto the most merciful of all avatars, the infinitely compassionate Mahaprabhu, the Supreme Lord, who is everything in my life, Shri Krishna Chaitanya Dev. I offer my respects unto Shri Shukadev, who is the personification of the great fruit of the Bhakti tree of the Sri Brahma Sampradaya, who is absorbed in relishing the ocean of Krishna Prema Rasa. When the avatars of Sri Krishna Chaitanya Chandra and Nityananda are concealed in this age of Kali, all the Vaishnavas will become anxious. And at almost every moment and every day, the Uttam, Kanishta and Madhyam will feel doubt, means when they will disappear. From time to time, many will raise various kinds of objections and keep the Vaishnavas busy. The implication is that although there is no doubt in the heart of a pure devotee, argumentative and skeptical persons will try to disturb their peace of mind by resorting to various arguments. Therefore, it should be prevented. This is also one kind of seva to protect the Mahaprabhu's teaching. I, Narahari Das, am a fool from Kanda, means Sri Kanda. Yet by the power of meditating upon the Lord, I will explain this extremely pure Siddhanta, which is difficult to understand, in a concise and detailed way. All these are the conclusions of the Mahatma Vaishnavas, that which is written in all the Shastra and ascertained from the activities of Paramahamsas. O scholars, this foolish Narahari should not argue in vain. For how will he discuss such confidential topics? Because whether one has no qualities or all qualities, whether he be a fool or a scholar, who is capable of discussing Krishna Bhakti? So no material qualities or disqualities are qualification or disqualification for Bhakti. No one can discuss about Krishna that is beyond this world. Yet by the strength of Gaura's mercy, I will explain all these conclusions. I will explain the type of mercy. While I was asleep, I do not know why, but I saw in my dream that I spoke these words concerning arguments and conclusions. Means certain arguments are coming and then Siddhanta is coming, conclusions. At that time, suddenly in the dream, bliss appeared in my heart and I took refuge in that ocean of nectar. With a sweet smile, Sri Gaurachandra appeared before me, holding the hand of Sarvam Bhattacharya and said, O Narahari, your conclusions are excellent. Wake up and reveal what you have said in your dream. Saying this, Gaurachandra disappeared. So this is one service Vaishnavas are doing to protect Siddhanta, to explain proper Siddhanta of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, like Bhaktivinoda Thakur did, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. It is necessary because by the influence of time and Kali Yuga, many arguments and opposing philosophy, all this is coming. So Acharyas, their duty is to keep proper Siddhanta. Thus I got up from bed and meditated upon Mahaprabhu's feet. Not seeing those feet, I felt great distress. However, having seen those feet for a moment, I felt blessed. Remembering the Lord's merciful words and great opulence, I do not know what happened to me at that time. Due to that mercy, I have composed this Bhajanamritam in a simple prose language, even though I am a fool. Here it is commentary. Although Narahari Thakur has expressed his humility, Saraswati revealed his erudition. Narahari was a Pandit of grammar. He has written simple Sanskrit like a child, revealing his own humility. The reason for composing this in simple language is that by writing in difficult Sanskrit, it will not be understandable to the general public. The great Paramahamsas have descended in order to purify the world. I am a servant of their mercy. They are experienced enough to purify my composition. Bhaktivinoda Thakur also similarly expressed 2 times before writing Bhagavad Arka Marichimala. He said that Swarup Damodar Goswami, secretary of Mahaprabhu, Lalita Sakhi, he appeared to him in dream and said, you will have to compose the 10 principal points of Mahaprabhu's teaching, Dashamula Tattva, by giving evidence from Bhagavatam verses. 100 shlokas you will have to give. Then Bhaktivinoda Thakur undertook writing of that by the order of Swarup Damodar Goswami, and another in Krishna Sanhita, He said, who is capable of describing the transcendental realm of Krishna and his pastimes? And so who is able? I am not able. But one blackish person appeared in my heart, and he is forcing me to write. That is why I'm writing. What to do? Means Krishna appeared in his heart and told him to write. Otherwise it is impossible. Without the grace of Krishna or without the grace of Vaishnava, impossible. Even to translate the works, our Gurudev told, to translate the works of personal associates of Mahaprabhu, it is not enough only to know the language. Both language, like Bengali, Sanskrit and English, no. You need their grace to properly translate. So this was introduction. Then, first chapter. Yes. The objection is thus: Bhagavatas or Vaishnavas are those persons who are non-envious, possess a pure intelligence, and chant Krishna Nam. Kindly listen to these objections. In the age of Kali, only Krishna Nam is the supreme dharma. If one chants Krishna Nam without offense, then one becomes a Vaishnava and is qualitatively as good as Krishna, transcendentally situated. Thus, all those persons who chant Krishna Nam are equal to Vaishnavas. Yet, why do we see inferiority and inequality amongst them? Also, what is the necessity of distinguishing between them? If there is an offense made to a Vaishnava, then an offense to Krishna Nam is also committed. Thus, it is difficult to gradually advance in Nam Smaran and Kirtan. In this regard, it is essential that those who are engaged in Nam Bhajan know appropriate behavior towards Vaishnavas and practice it. Therefore, it is especially a part of Bhajan to understand the conclusion of this first objection. Only one Sanskrit verse I will read. Anya cha Vaishnavanam Made tu Diksha Guravak Santi Tatha Shiksha Gauravascha Santi Atra Katam Vyavaharta Vyam. All Vaishnavas are gurus. Amongst them, one who gives Diksha is a Diksha Guru, and one who gives instructions on philosophy and bhajan is a Shiksha Guru. It is also a constituent of bhajan to know how to treat both types of gurus. Shri Krishna is Swayam Bhagavan, original personality of Godhead. Balabhadra, that is Baladev, is his Vilas Angsha, expansion. Thus he is one half of his form. How do we understand all these subtle differences between Swayam Rup, Tadekatma Rup, and Vilasa Rup? These subtle distinctions must be known in order to worship this Swayam Rup Krishna. Brahma, Shiva, and Vishnu are the Prabhava avatar Purushas of the qualities of passion, ignorance, and goodness, which are produced by Krishna's Maya. Amongst them, Vishnu and his Swangsha Tattva, personal expansions, are worshipable. The other two avatars, Brahma and Shiva, are Vibhinangsha forms, that is separated part, not Swangsha. Swangsha is directly Vishnu, they are Vibhinangsha, his potency. By understanding this Tattva, bhajan of the Supreme Lord of all is pure. Lakshmi resides on the body of Krishna, and she is known as Vaishnavi and Ishvari. What is the duty towards her? for one who desires to perform bhajan, it is essential for every devotee to know what their conduct should be towards all Vaishnavas who are like angas or limbs of the Lord. Many potencies are seen, and amongst them, who is the Adya Shakti or Pradhana Prakriti, that is primordial potency. Krishna's wife is Rukmini and Rama's wife is Janaki, who are forms of Lakshmi. What is the suitable behavior towards them by one who desires to perform bhajan? Srimati Radha is Brindavana Vilasini, she who sports in Brindavan. She is the ornament of Brindavan personified, who is able to give pleasure to all due to her artistic skills. What tattva is Radha? Amongst all these potencies, what is the bija swarup or original form, and which potency awards the greatest blessings of Krishna in the form of bhajan? There are many opinions concerning these topics. The next chapter. Kindly listen to the conclusions concerning the first objection about different Vaishnavas. It is true that all pure Vaishnavas are equal if they chant Krishna Nam without any offense. However, a Vaishnava is only as strong as the power of the name that has arisen within him. The power of the name is of two types. Svalpa bol, that is meager strength, small strength, and Bahubol, great strength. In the case of a Kanishta Vaishnava in particular, there is very little strength in the pure name. Here pure name means in the sense that he is trying to satisfy Krishna, not for any other purpose like yogis, jnanis like this. But he's a Kanishta Vaishnava, so his name, what he's chanting, is little strength. So also when they are doing Nagar Sankirtan or like the preaching, like that will be not same strength as of other. Because as to the degree of surrender, to that degree name will reveal himself. Name is all powerful. Sarva Shakti is Tatrarpita. But how much one has connection with the name, that is difference according to surrender. So it is not that all who are chanting name are same. No. And effect also is not the same. Even though Madhyama Vaishnava has more strength, he has less strength or middling strength compared to a Vaishnava with Bahubol. An Uttam Vaishnava possesses Bahubol, means great strength. In this world, there are two kinds of people, namely the Bahirmukha, or those who are averse to Krishna, and the Antarmukha, those who are favorable to Krishna. Those who are Bahirmukha, averse, only engage in the religious principle of honoring guests, but they don't offer service to Vaishnavas. The Antarmukha is of two types, those who are favorable to Krishna, namely the Vaishnava Balagya, or one who is aware of a Vaishnava's potency, and the Vaishnava Bala Bigya, one who does not recognize a Vaishnava's potency. Those persons who are Vaishnava Bala Bigya means they are they don't know the potency of Vaishnava, become afraid simply by seeing the fierce forms of materialists and foolish beggars. They do not know what a Vaishnava's potency is, or the gradations of that potency. They are unaware of a Vaishnava's potency, whether it is meager or great. These Vaishnava Bala Bhigya are counted amongst the Kanishta devotees, who are materialistic Vaishnava Praya, those who are almost Vaishnavas. They are initiated and they perform deity worship. However, because they cannot distinguish a devotee of Krishna from a non-devotee, they are unable to actually serve Vaishnavas. They are duty bound to behave equally towards those who accept the garb of a Vaishnava or just any ordinary guest. If they begin discriminating, then due to ignorance, they will reject the service of pure Vaishnavas and will merely serve the general class of devotees, and in this way become degraded. Therefore, their ignorance is the equivalent of the disease. Now we were hearing in Upadeshamrita how one has to properly respect and serve Vaishnavas on different levels, and that is meant for Madhyamadhikaris, because Uttamadhikari does not discriminate. Kanishta is unable to discriminate because he has no aptitude to serve the Vaishnavas, only serving the deity. Only Madhyamadhikari can recognize, so he will behave in that way. Then here further, Narahari Sarkar Thakur is saying, however, this is not the case with the conduct of the Vaishnava Bala Gya, those who know the potency. The conduct of a transcendental Vaishnava acquires special intellect through hearing philosophy and from pure Sambandha Gyan, knowledge of one's relationship with Krishna. They are wise in considering Svalpa Bal, that is small strength, and Bahubal, great strength. They are experienced in considering who is very powerful and who is less powerful. They are aware in whose body how much power of Krishna is there, slight or great. One should understand this specifically according to the potency of a Vaishnava. It is only little more, and tomorrow we will read about Guru, that objection one is also there. If one acts without understanding, strong and weak, one will be responsible for making a serious error. This is very important because it happened in history, also recent history, not understanding the gradation of Vaishnavas. Then I'm also Vaishnava, he's also Vaishnava, but he's a realized Vaishnava. So misbehaving happened and there was aparat and they had to fall down also. So when Svalpa Bal means small strength and Bahubal Vaishnavas are present, it is one's duty to worship the Bahubala first, followed by those of a common potency. In the absence of a Bahubala Vaishnava also, one should follow the same etiquette by offering respects to a more powerful Vaishnava and then to a less powerful Vaishnava. When an inferno is put out, a small lamp is easily extinguished. If a Vaishnava of meager potency, means small potency, becomes irate at seeing a Vaishnava of greater strength and potency being worshipped, that angry person is at fault. His own potency will be reduced and he will try to punish the person who is offering worship. So if more powerful Vaishnava is there and he is being worshipped, then I become envious and angry. Why? I am also Vaishnava. Or I will not allow that Vaishnava to speak in my temple. That Vaishnava is a realized soul, but I'm not allowing because I cannot recognize. And or maybe I feel threatened, then he will take disciples, he will all this. So it means there is some other desire in me. I'm not desiring service of Krishna. That Vaishnava is serving Krishna and he's being compassionate to jivas, he will engage them in the service of Krishna. So if I also have the target to satisfy Krishna, then why I have this problem to allow him to speak in my temple? But if I have other desires, name and fame, money, all this, I want to keep for myself, then I will be angry on, then this is problem. If Srila Sridhar Maharaj wants to engage some devotee in the service of Krishna, that will be good. Krishna will be satisfied. That devotee will be benefited. So why I have problem with this? It is due to my own selfish motives. If I would have only desire to serve Krishna, then why? Then I would have no objection. I would be happy with this. So his potency will be reduced. We saw this. And he will try to yes. Naturally, all practicing Vaishnavas are far-reaching. No, naturally. All practicing Vaishnavas with far-reaching knowledge of the Shruti are aware of such spiritual matters. If one knows this, but still behaves in the same manner as a Vaishnava Bala Bhigya, means he does not know the potency of Vaishnava, then one will obviously be ruined. The Madhyam Vaishnava has love for the Supreme, friendship with the Vaishnavas, compassion for the innocent, and disregard for the envious. If one does not engage in discrimination, then how can Vaishnavata, that is the attributes of a Vaishnava, remain? If one serves pure Vaishnavas accordingly, one's life as a Vaishnava will be perfected and one will never be fearful at any time. Just like those persons who have taken shelter of Mount Sumeru, no one else can do anything to you. To reside in the family of Krishna and by deliberating upon the strength and weakness of pure Vaishnavas, one should show respect to those with less potency, worship those with medium potency, and serve those with great potency according to one's ability. If one does this, one will never be guilty of committing the Namaparat, of offending a Vaishnava. One should never engage in offending a Vaishnava. One should never become so bewildered that one neglects a Vaishnava. There should be no regret even if one dies for a Vaishnava. If you die for Vaishnava, then you will be benefited. Your Atma will go towards Krishna. So you should give your life for the service of Vaishnava. But if I am hesitant, it proves I have some other desires. Upon seeing the behavior of a Vaishnava, one should never condemn him. Even those jivas of this age of Kali who are indifferent and equipoised are incapable of completely giving up their particular conduct. Never condemn a Vaishnava for the pap he commits due to his fate, previous karma, because the potency of Krishna resides within his body. Pap, or that sin, cannot come from that potency. If it does happen by chance, it will be burnt up by that potency. This is Krishna also telling in Gita, Apichet Suduracharo. Vaishnava is serving me exclusively, one-pointedly, and due to pressure of some previous bad impressions, samskaras, karma, this, sometimes he may do something wrong, but you should not condemn him. because he will regret, and that potency of Vaishnava, that spiritual potency of Krishna, that will destroy everything. So if there is no any noble motive, one should not criticize that Vaishnava's conduct, otherwise he will commit offense. Only pure devotee guru, he can, with noble intention, he can point that out to help that devotee. For the Vaishnava Bala Bhigya, there is only one wave in the Ganga. They are not aware of the other various waves. Vaishnava Bala Bhigya means those who don't know the potency of Vaishnavas, so they see only one wave in the Ganga. They are not aware of the other various waves. Differences of strength and weakness are beyond their comprehension. Those Vaishnavas who are strong or weak in potency can be worshipped accordingly. That is the conclusion of this matter. So there are differences. All are chanting name, but not all are of same status because of difference in their surrender. So they have different strength. So one should not envy superior Vaishnava, or then that will not be good. And sometimes superior Vaishnava, realized soul, will not want to go to certain place where he knows he will not be properly received. So in order to protect them from that kind of offense, he will not want to go to that place. That is his compassion. Because yes, you may come but not speak. How this is respect to a Vaishnava? Vaishnava, what Vaishnava is speaking? He's speaking rubbish of this world. Or what Vaishnava is speaking? Vaishnava is speaking about Krishna, about service of Krishna. So if you say, yes, you can come, but you are not allowed to speak Harikatha, then how is that respect to a Vaishnava? So those who know, they don't want to go to such place because they know that is not proper behavior. One, I will not say names, but in some place, some devotees surrounded that realized Vaishnava. There was agreement, yes, no Harikatha there, but suddenly some devotees of that place, they surrounded that Vaishnava and started to ask many questions. Then what that Vaishnava will do, he is replying, they are asking, and in between others were looking there, very frightened. He's speaking to them, very frightened. Then that realized Vaishnava said, after that, he said, I could not understand why they are afraid. Am I a tiger or what? Am I a tiger? I want to harm someone? So that is if we are not understanding the gradations of Vaishnavas, or being influenced by some politics and some other ulterior desires, ignorance, all this, then we may not properly respect Vaishnava. What Vaishnava will do harm? If pure devotee speaks, what pure devotee speaks? Is there any harm in that speaking? Or is that speech fully for the satisfaction of Krishna and to help jivas develop love for Krishna? So what is the harm in that? If I think there is any harm, it means I have some other desires. It is proved. I want to keep people for my own purpose or money, donations or something. But if I would be, my target would be satisfaction of Krishna, service of Krishna and compassion to jivas, then I will be happy if some realized Vaishnav comes. I will be happy, not afraid. But these two are there, Kanishta and advanced. So Kanishtas, they have no proper conception, so they don't know how to properly behave with superior Vaishnavas. Tomorrow we will hear about also two Vaishnavas, and they are more short biographies. So I want to read the second objection also tomorrow of Narahari Sarkar Thakur, because it is very important topic, because here Narahari revealed that after Mahaprabhu and his personal associates will disappear, then so many doubts will come in the Sampradaya. When light is there, sun is there, there is no darkness, everything is clear. But when they disappear, then darkness is coming, different arguments, different misconceptions, different objections, doubts, all these things. So those who are real Vaishnavas, they have to clear those doubts by proper Siddhanta. So Narahari, he was thinking in dream, he was speaking that Siddhanta, answering some counter arguments. Then Mahaprabhu was so pleased. He said, yes, your Siddhanta is correct. You will have to write this down. So he wrote. So there is a complete book, but here only one more chapter is there. So if not tomorrow, then after tomorrow I can read. It is important. Very good.